It's been quite a ride over the last couple of weeks, and I have literally been bombarded with so many of you reaching out to me via text messages, emails, even calling my office and leaving a ton of messages for me. And I know it's been really, really crazy in certain times. And I was one of the people that was actually on vacation spring break in Florida at Disney World when all this kind of happened and the parks got closed down and the resort we were at got closed down. So this is all really kind of crazy and new for everyone. And if anybody says that they know exactly what to do or exactly what's going to happen, they probably don't, because none of us, as far as I know, have a crystal ball to look into. However, it doesn't mean that we can't make some really educated guess and try to figure out what should be our next move. Many of you, I think I heard last night that it was either 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 Americans right now are having to stay at home, meaning navigate this really crazy world of working from home and, all that kind of stuff. And on top of that, most schools around the country are closed. I mean, I currently have my 5-year-old home. He's not going to preschool, although I did get an email this morning from his teacher that looks like he may go back on April 7th. My 14-year-old son, who's in 8th grade, is home. My 17-year-old daughter, who's a senior in high school, is home. My 24-year-old, who we just celebrated her birthday last night, is home from law school. She's at the University of Iowa. They have gone to an all online kind of system. So it's really pretty crazy. But what I want to talk to you guys about is what to do with all your downtime. Is real estate still right for you? Well, ask those people who lost money in the stocks. Now, my husband and I, we still have a 401k. He is a physician, as many of you know, and loves what he does. However, his 401k, in less than 24 hours, we got over a $30,000 hit. And that's, ouch. And all of a sudden it's like flashbacks back to '07, '08, and '09, and especially '09, when he lost most of his retirement fund in his 401k at that time. Now we've rebuilt it, of course, and we've invested a lot in real estate, obviously. And that remains, is the vast majority of our holdings in our retirement is all in real estate, be it through our self-directed IRA or our different real estate companies. But even still, when you're diversifying and you have one area that gets such a hard hit, it's like, dang, that hurts. That's ouch. So what do? Well, right now, I still want to say and tell everyone out there that real estate is the answer. And I was on a call last night with some people in groups, and it came that the general consensus among everybody, and these are really, really experienced, cool real estate investors doing tons of deals, is that honestly, it's going to be those of you who know how to do these creative deal structuring, the stuff that I've been going around and telling all of you guys for the last several years. Look, this is what you need to be doing. Now, I understand the whole fix and flip funds. I understand the whole Airbnb thing. That's what I first got started. Our very first property, my husband and I, when we got married, the economy crashed. We lost a ton of money. Our very first property was actually one of his. We did an Airbnb, or back then we called it vacation rental by owner, before anyone was even doing it. It wasn't, it was a new thing, new uncharted territory, all that stuff. And it was great. We made tons of money doing those vacation rentals. Now, fast forward, and within a year after that, I started doing fix and flips with my husband. Him and I was working full times during the day. He was working full times. It was crazy. Suddenly, we're flipping over 6 properties a month. And, we had to really figure out how to put these systems in place and what to do to get better at that. Now, all of a sudden, you look at how, that became a job. Well, most people, you don't want to give up one job to start another job. And I quickly realized that after a couple of years and kind of turning into kind of a jerk, because I was under so much stress and doing all these crews, that, I kind of want to have this mailbox money. But again, Gary and I firmly believe that if we are going to put a ton of money, meaning pay a ton of money for a property, be it $150,000, $200,000 in cash, and it's only going to be, making $1,200, $1,400 in rent, that's not a good investment for us. I'm not in it to get 4, 6, or 8% cap rates. I want to get 14 to 20% cap rates. Those are the investments I like. Well, in order to do that, now I need to start looking at, okay, how can I start structuring these deals creatively so now I can use other people's money for the down payments or whatever, have the seller finance the deal pretty much, and acquire multiple properties, a lot more properties. And that's what you need to be doing. And those are like your subject to properties, your wraps, your seller finance with all of mine are at 0% interest. Why are they at 0%? People's like, you can't do 0% interest. Yes, wake up. You absolutely can. The reason why they're at 0% interest is because I never offered interest. Interest does not come up. I have done these deals with other investors. I have done these deals buying them from, people that were former brokers, bankers, mortgage lenders, all that kind of stuff. I am more than willing to give somebody more than what their property is worth, so long as it cash flows and it's at 0% interest. Look at it. What if you're paying 100% of principal every month, even if it's a $500 payment, on a $200,000 home, you guys do the math. That's at 0%. You're paying down 100% principal and you're cash flowing maybe $700 a month on these properties. I've got several like this. The other thing is that you have people out there that have mortgages on their property. Obviously, now they're in trouble. Yes, hopefully the government helps them out. But the thing is us as investors can do more than what the government can. The government, chances are, all they're going to do, and this is going to sound really harsh, and some of you are going to hate me, but sometimes the truth hurts. Chances are, just like back in 2009, 2010, 11, 12, all it's doing is prolonging the agony, prolonging their foreclosure, or prolonging them to need to do a short sale. And so if the government says, hey, no loan payments for 30, 60, 90 days, I've even heard 6 months out there, that may not be the best thing for this economy. And believe it or not, it may not be the best thing for that homeowner. Chances are they are still going to want to sell that property. They are still going to want to get rid of it. How are they going to be able to do that? Hello, that's where we come in as investors. Now, if that property cash flows, and again, I don't want you being one of those investors that are just going to get a property and maybe make $100 or $200 a month on it. Those are the people that are in trouble right now. The people that are doing the Airbnbs, and I have said this for the last couple of years, God forbid no one was listening. I said, when you buy a property, whether it be from creative structuring, such as subject to, and what subject to is, for those of you who don't understand it, is you are taking over that mortgage payment. So you are paying the mortgage on behalf of the seller. That seller is selling you that property. You are buying that property. The deed is transferring over into you or your company's name, and it's getting recorded at the courthouse. You are using a title company or a title attorney. But the thing is that you are now making those payments on behalf of that seller. So if the seller has an $800 or a $500 a month payment or whatever it is, you are paying that every month. Now, the problem with some of these people that are doing these Airbnb models is that they don't have multiple exit strategies for that property. So what does that mean? It means that if suddenly they're not getting the Airbnb, it's not, those people aren't renting it. Like right now, everybody has to stay in place. Nobody's allowed to go out in most areas of the country. California is one of those. New York is one of those. All those Airbnbs right now are suffering. Most of those people can't make those payments. So what are they going to do? What's going to happen with them? Well, the problem with that is now they have no source of income. And the payments are so high on that mortgage right now that they can't make them. It's too high to put a tenant in there because maybe their rents are at $1,500, but their payments at $2,000. They have a $500 loss month after month after month because they didn't listen. So what can you do as the investor? Well, you can, when you're looking at these properties and helping out these homeowners, first, rule number one of negotiations, listen. You must listen to understand versus respond. Problem is, too many of us have, as I like to tell my children, diarrhea of the mouth, where we're constantly spouting off stuff because we want to hear ourselves talk. You must listen to that seller and find out what their needs are. Find out what their mortgage payment is. Find out how much they owe on that property. Find out what that seller thinks it will rent for. Chances are they've already done all the Zillow searches, Redfin, Trulia, whatever the site is. They know. They've gone on Rentometer if they know about those sites. Those are all great sites to get an idea. You don't have to be a realtor to know, but ask that seller what they think. And then start asking them how you can help them, how they can benefit from your services, what you can do for them. So if they have a property that is going to, the mortgage payment might be $800 or $1,000 a month, but you can turn around and put a $1,500 or $1,800, maybe even a $2,000 tenant in there, that cash flows. That makes sense. Those are the deals you need to start structuring now. Now, say they don't have much equity in that property, but it's going to cash flow $700 a month. I don't care if I'm 5 to 10% plus or minus on equity. What I care about is when I have zero break even, or I only making $100 or $200 on that property, because now we have people who can't or are unable to make all their rent payments. How are you going to cut that tenant deal, such as right now, if you don't have any room in there? Or that tenant needs to move out and you don't have the reserves to, keep that property. You have to, maybe clean it up, paint it. Hopefully that tenant didn't do any damage. The easiest thing to do right now is to work with those tenants. You need to be working with people and seeing how we can come together and help each other. So what does this mean for you who are sitting at home, sitting on the fence? And most people, it's Warren Buffett has that saying where it's like, when does he rush in? When everybody's rushing out. Right now, what do I see? I see a lot of people holding back their money, pulling out of real estate. The market just crashed, basically. People have lost a ton of money. They're uncertain. During uncertain times, people get scared. This is not the time for you to be scared when it comes to real estate. This is the time for you to be smart. Use your brain. I'm going to start putting out more and more content for you, which is something I haven't done for a while. But now that I'm not going and speaking as many RIAs, and my groups and my people have asked me to put more content out, I'm going to do more of these videos to show you how you can work with these sellers. I'm going to do some where I'm showing you while you're sitting at home with your laptop, what can you be doing every day to build that funnel, to get those sellers coming to you, for you to be calling them and negotiating with them, because you do not even need to be seeing those houses. I bought one when I was 2,000 miles away. How did I do it? Skype, hello, or FaceTime. You can take have somebody shoot the videos as they're going through it. I've done that in more than one city. Did that in Pennsylvania, did that in Wisconsin, did that in Arizona. There's no reason why you have to be there, even if everybody is on quarantine. And honestly, I recommend, don't go out and start spreading stuff. Stay at home, be safe, use your computer, use all these great tools we have for you. So I have a couple of questions that I put in the comment section or whatever. Answer those questions. I'll be responding to those. If you guys have any other questions, put it in the comment section. Let me know, because I want to work with you guys. I want to be able to help all of you. And in order to do that, I need to know what areas you need the help with. What areas, maybe I need to clarify something. Maybe I need to tell you how you can do your lease option, how you can do your subject to your wraps. This is very important stuff that you have to get to know and do it now, because this is what's going to help you survive and thrive. And that's what I want you to do. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving and helping other people, because there are going to be a lot of people looking to us to help them get through this. And that's where we can really help. So again, follow me, go to my website, realestateprofitsystem.com. Again, that's realestateprofitsystem.com. And, follow me on Facebook, type in your questions below. We're going to have more of these. I'm also going to start putting stuff on my YouTube channel, which, oh my gosh, what's the YouTube? It's Real Estate Profit System. So follow us, follow me, and thank you for listening to this. And again, type in those questions. I can't help you if I don't know what your needs are. So let's work together, be a community, and by all means, go out at least on your internet and make your offers. I'm doing that. Hell, I'm looking at a mobile home park right now. I've never done a mobile home park, but it came across, and there are great deals to be made out there. The next video I'm going to talk about is how to negotiate some of this stuff, how you can just ask somebody for a discount without even asking them and have them immediately drop their price and help you out. Also, for those of you who aren't sure about these times in selling properties, if you're a fix and flipper, get those properties listed, get going on these. I have one of my properties right now that's up on the market. I got an offer. We were able, before everybody couldn't go out and about, we were able to get the inspection done, the appraisal done, and it's going to be closing in, about 3 weeks. So stuff can still be done. You can still make things happen. So thank you so much for now. I'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy.